I'm your host, Adonis Talbot.
And I'm your co-host, Corey Dream. Welcome to In the Jungle,
The interview podcast for all your on-the-court sports. Bye, y'all. It's your guy, your man, the number one, the man with the legend, Adonis Talbot, your host for In the Jungle with my good friend and co-host,
Corey Drayton, one, the only.
the biggest. But so today we have an interesting topic for you guys. We're gonna be talking about tattoos and sports. And as you all know, I am a student athlete here at Edward Woods University. I have tattoos, and we're gonna be talking about a little bit of the pros and cons of what it really means to have a tattoo. So
What do you? How do you think tattoos affect basketball players from your perspective, considering that you are a basketball player?
So as a basketball player, especially when you compare it to other sports, basketball and just all sports in general, is about expression. The way athletes show their love for the game is through their dedication, how many hours they put in, and the way they play the game is how they show that they love the game, and they show like, this is what I've crafted, this is what I've honed in on. And tattoos in a way is just an extension of that expression. Like, my tattoo, I have a dragon tattoo, and
Where's
for
that?
me, it's on my right shoulder.
Oh, okay.
And for me, it stands for strength, it stands for royalty, and it stands for integrity. Because for me, I've always been a team first player, but I've also been always one of the bigger, one of the stronger, one of the more athletic guys. And I use that, but I'm also have a mix of skill, and I'm also have a mix of being agile. Like, I'm much faster and I move well for my size. And I feel like that plays into the tattoo I have, because I feel like the dragon represents a part of how I play.
That's cool.
And it's just a big about expression, because of course the con of it is, once the basketball stops bouncing, once you stop playing, it's not going to be something that benefits you in the workplace. But something that I've seen a lot, especially from my other basketball players, is that the tattoo, it always has a deeper meaning. It represents something, whether it means something to like just themselves specifically, or it means something to like their family and their friends. Like, for instance, my friend Deshaun Edwards, he has a tattoo on him that of his number 5, and also one that represents for the people that he knows and from his community that help remind him of where he came from. And I really think it's really powerful, because tattoos in basketball, they always have a deeper meaning. So you might just see a sleeve and think, oh, he's just doing it for style, da 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 da. But at the end of the day, there is always, usually, for the most part, something that's more important to it for why they got it.
Yeah, I definitely do think most people do think that tattoos are for looks and not necessarily, they don't necessarily think about the meaning of it. I mean, I do the same. I do definitely think that.
Guilty as charged.
Please. I do definitely think that some people get tattoos just to get them. For example, Bible scriptures. I definitely do think they get it for no reason.
You'll see some people with Bible scriptures. They're not even like,
They don't know what it means.
yeah, they don't even know what it means. They don't like practice what they preach. It's like,
And then like you can turn around, see somebody with the same Bible scripture. I'm like, how the hell y'all got the same
yeah,
one?
it's like when you see someone wear a cross chain and they don't practice Christianity.
Or just like somebody with like shoes on, whatever like that.
Yeah.
They don't. The shoes are expensive as hell.
From what I've seen, some of my closest friends, like one of my mentors, Tashawn, he has a tattoo of his mother on his arm. And it represents like him, his family, his struggle, because he came from Griffin, Georgia, which is where I lived for a while, which is a place that has a lot of struggle. And a lot of people my age get in trouble, they have health problems, and they don't make it out of Griffin. And they stay in this loop, they stay in this mindset, and they stay trapped. And one of the ways to express what they've come through and the pain they've gotten through and the hard work they put in, the expressionism is through the game and through the tattoos. So I really think that the tattoos is a great way to show who you are, not only as a person, but who you are as an athlete. So I think it's very important to athletic culture. And like I said, there's not always going to be a deeper meaning. Some people are just going to get it because they think it looks good. Some people are going to get it because they think it's what they're going to attract other people with, because tattoos kind of are a phase. Like, not a phase, but they kind of are a trend in some way. Because it is a little bit of a trend. But I learned from what I've learned I got a tattoo because it means something to me. And the next tattoo I'm getting is gonna be like a family tattoo. And I've been thinking of. I'm gonna give you all a little spoiler. I'm thinking about getting a family tree, and it's gonna branch off, and it's gonna have my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family. It's gonna connect to me and my siblings, you know, at the top.
So what do you plan on getting it?
I plan to get it like after I leave college. I'm probably gonna get it on my back too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know I put the family on the back.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like tattoos are a great way to express who you are, and that's the reason why I have mine.
So with tattoos, I definitely do think that they have meaning, and and I definitely do think that a level outside of basketball or outside of sports, most jobs are gonna hire you because you have tattoos, and they're not gonna care about whether they have meaning or not. So I definitely do think there's like pros and cons with tattoos. I just believe that subtle tattoos are fine.
Yeah.
Like tattoos you cover up, but if you have tattoos on your face,
Yeah, if you have a face,
that's crazy.
Unless you are going to be a professional basketball player, then having a face or a neck tag is kind of docking your
Okay,
eyes.
so what do you say? Say if you were like a manager or something like that, or like a CEO, and someone wanted to work for your job and they had a bunch of tattoos, would you hire them?
I mean, I would definitely look into it. I would consider it, but I would still. It's like it's not a good look. That's why when people say you get tattoos, get somewhere that like if you wear a long sleeve shirt or wear pants, they won't constantly be showing. Like with my shoulder tat right now, I just put it on a regular shirt and cover up most of it. And I'm probably gonna make it a half sleeve so it'll come down here, which is something I can still cover up with a long sleeve shirt in the workplace. But for the most part, from an outside view, outside perspective, especially as a black man, if you have face tats, neck tats, that automatically just cross you off.
Yeah, that automatically disqualifies you, and I really hate that. But then again, what is important to realize is that things like that kind of somewhat helps you give people a chance to give you a chance specifically to change the narrative or to flip the narrative. Just because you have like tattoos does not mean
you're not intelligent. Doesn't
yeah.
mean you're qualified. It's just it's what everybody says is true. First impression. First impression is
last impression.
So,
yes.
So just because someone has certain tats or a certain look doesn't mean what is true, but a lot of people judge books by a cover. So that's why when athletes have tattoos, it's important for them to express themselves and show who they are as a player and person. But it's definitely something you have to consider like once you finish basketball or football or whatever sport you choose.
Okay, so bringing it back to sports, so would you put somebody on your team that has like a bunch of tattoos with like crazy meanings to them? Like historic meanings, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like if like offensive meanings, would you would you hire somebody?
Hey, if he can make that shot, who cares what he got?
I mean, but then again,
I'm joking. Obviously, there's a certain level to it. Like if someone's walking around with like a Nazi tattoo, I don't want him on my team. But it's like there's definitely a threshold to it because I've met a lot of coaches who will have shady players on their team, but they play good so they can stay. But me personally, I feel like it would definitely be something I play into because, like, let's say someone has tats of someone from like back in their past that like passed away. You know, that's one thing, you know. Mm-hmm. But if you have tats that represents like violence or tats that represents like negative connotations, then I might try to, look for like what's the reason behind it. But if I see that, I'm the first person to be like, okay, I probably don't need that guy on my team because he might cause some controversy.
Right.
So he's probably gonna be shoveled to the side. It's gonna make it harder for him to go farther in my coach's eyes. So that's already just a step back. And coaches have plenty of options anyway because everybody wants to play the sport you're trying to play. So overall, like I said, tattoos are a great way to express yourself on the court, off the court, on the field, off the field. But be considerate about where it is. Be considerate about what you're getting, and make sure you get something that means something to you. Because at the end of the day, it's a life choice, and I promise you, it's gonna look uglier trying to remove it than it is when you get it on. So make sure you are happy with what you choose, no matter what anybody else says. Because if you like what you chose, at the end of the day, that's all that matters. tattoos.
Yeah, definitely. If you're considering working in sports or if anywhere you think you want a corporate job, I would say be mindful with your tattoos. If it has meaning, if it's like a family tattoo, try not to make it like, make sure you can cover it up and don't make it like, if you can't cover it up, don't make it big.
Yeah, don't
Where it's
make-
like noticeable and then you're walking around with a whole tattoo on your neck of like your mom's name or,
Yeah, so
or something like that.
because that's automatically a reason for someone to make it hard for you to get through the door you need to get through. But that's all we have for you today. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. And we'll see you next time on In the Jungle.